There we go. Hopefully you can hear me. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard of Ballard Sports Media coming at you with a quick game recap. Army tops Navy in double overtime 20-17. Yes, 20-17 in double OT. This is a historic rivalry, historic game in college football. Um, and I think they even said, and I could be wrong, but I think it's the first time it's gone past four quarters. Now, we expected this in a way, like I expected it to be a low score game, keep it close, play a lot of defense, and that's what happened. It was a little bit more offense than we've seen the past couple years, but you know, um, they and by the way, let me recap. This was the first ever overtime game, and they have met in total 122 times. Let me check something real quick because my computer is acting up. 122 times. Let me check something real quick because my computer is acting up. Okay, so you can hear me, you can see me. It's freezing up on the camera end, but if you guys can at least hear me, we'll just roll with it. That'll be okay. But 20-17 Army over Navy in double OT tonight. The first time in 123 games between these two historic programs, historic rivalry. I love the Army Navy game. I think it brings a lot of people together, and it's a game to remember those who serve in the armed forces, in this great country, and um, a salute to those who are playing, serving, and attending the academies. So we love and appreciate each of you. When you look at this game here, Army nails a field goal to top Navy in double overtime. Um, Anton Hall lost a fumble on the goal line in the second overtime, and it set up Quinn Maretsky's 39-yarder as Army beat the midshipmen 20-17 on Saturday night in the first overtime game in the 123 games of the Army Navy game. So there was really no doubt. I mean, I guess going into it, Army was a better team. They were 5-6. Navy was 4-7. They were the better team. And going into the game too, Navy actually had it to start out like a 50% chance. It was one of those 50-50 games. And, really, when you look at it, um, the fact, I mean, I'm surprised that Navy was a favorite and Navy had the edge going into the game. And I'm not saying that because they ended up losing. I'm saying that because of the season that they've had. It's just been very, very rough. And, I mean, props to them. I mean, they definitely have tried. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to use my phone for the camera and I'll have the game pulled up on here. I apologize for that, folks. But that being said, let's get back to this real quick. I apologize for the technical difficulties. What's up, Hummus Hero and Homegrown Cowboy, and also Cody Hankins? Ballard got eaten by the internet. I know. So like I was saying, this game ended up going in double overtime, 20-17 in Army. And Cade Ballard, no relation to myself, um, ended up getting the win with a game-winning field goal. And, you know, um, Army was able to pull it out. I don't think it's a surprise that they won. At the same time, it wouldn't have surprised me if Navy had won the game, because Navy is a really good team too, and it's just that kind of rivalry and traditional type of game where it goes back and forth, and it doesn't matter how the season has been. They give it everything they got in this type of matchup. So you know, I guess you know what surprised me. First off, I did not realize that this was the first time ever that it had gone to overtime. I thought that was pretty cool and special. Um, and so that was something. It goes to double OT, um, 20-17. There was a lot of running the ball. Xavier Arline was the lead rusher in this game, had 102 yards. Cade Ballard was the lead passing leader. They didn't try to throw the ball much, but they also, both of these teams really couldn't throw the ball. Even when they tried, they just had a hard time getting the passing game going. Not really many explosive plays, but the lead passer of the game tonight, Cade Ballard, with 28 yards. I mean, this game is cool, man. This game is a game of defense in the trenches, and I love it. And it's very special. It's very unique. Um, and you know, it's I don't know how to put it into words other than um, if you haven't seen the Army Navy game, you'll have to catch it next year. But I definitely recommend it. You had Xavier Arline, who I think got a little banged up out there. Um, he he went into this game, threw his first touchdown for Navy, 100% completion. He was 1 for 1 in the game for 25 yards, and the one pass he had was a touchdown for 25 yards, of course. And that was in a loss. So this game here, Cade Ballard was the lead quarterback between the two, between him and Xavier Arline. Um, Cade Ballard had it. Cade Ballard led the show. And, you know, it's just, it came down to who was going to have the better defense, and Army did that. Who was going to have the better offense? I mean, Cade Ballard was 2 for 10 for 28 yards. But the run game actually was pretty good. When you look at Tyler or Tyher Tyler, he had 23 carries for 62 yards for Army in the victory. I give credit though. I'll tell you what, our line did a good job for Navy extending plays. They run a lot of the triple option, so there was a lot of quarterback draws and quarterback runs and power plays, and he can run the ball. He just had a hard time passing in this game. He attempted only one pass anyway. Um, and it was 25 yards, and he threw for a touchdown. Or did he run for a I think maybe he ran for a touchdown. I don't know what it is that Navy does not throw the ball. That's crazy. to think about a team not throwing the ball in today's college football. I'm not here to bash, by the way. I'm here to give props, give credit to Army. You had the lead receiver for Navy, McQueel Haywood, with a reception of 25 yards, and it was a touchdown. So there was one touchdown pass for Navy, the only touchdown of their game, and it was our line to Haywood for 25 yards. Going into the game, by the way, Navy did have the upper edge with a 50.4% chance to win. You know, and as the game went on, like there was a point where it really was in favor of Navy for a long time. And then Army keeping the ball when they're up 7-3. Army had like a 65% chance to win. The chances kind of were up and down. I mean, it was a roller coaster. And, you know, you give credit where it's due. And how about Quinn Moretsky with a 39-yard field goal as Army holds on and beats Navy 20-17 in double OT. 123 rivalry games in this series, and it's the first time it's gone past 4 quarters. It went to 6 of them. So I don't know. That's pretty incredible. That's pretty cool to see. And my overall thoughts on it were, and this game was in Philadelphia tonight. The spread was 2.5 Navy. The over/under was 32. It was a combined score of 37. So if you had taken the over, you won. And if you had picked Army in the points, you would have won that too. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I know we got the Heisman Trophy ceremony coming up here in a bit, and we'll definitely watch it. And I'll make a video and talk about the Heisman Trophy winner tonight. I think everyone there, Caleb and Stetson and Max Dugan, CJ Stroud, I think they're all deserving of the Heisman Trophy this year. I don't think there's a clear cut, although I'm hearing a lot about Max Dugan from TCU. And may the better guy win tonight, I guess. We'll just have to wait and see. But again, tonight's game in double overtime, 20-17, Army over Navy in a classic. I love y'all. Jesus loves you. He's got a great plan. Thanks again, by the way, for 3 amazing years on here. We celebrated last night. It was amazing and incredible. And I look forward to many, many more years ahead for Ballard Sports Media. We're still just getting started. Love you guys. God bless.